All right, what's up, everybody? For today on the list, I wanted to kind of take a look at the entire fourth quarter and just break down every play to kind of show some of the stuff that was going on, why the Nuggets struggled on offense, why they struggled on defense. And here we go. First Nuggets possession. And you're going to see you got Aaron Holiday putting pressure, a lot of pressure on Colin, and it kind of speeds him up. Colin goes for it. A little bit of a bump, probably could have been a foul, but he goes up and misses it here. And it's one of those things where it's just, you don't want to get sped up and play their rhythm. They wanted you to get spread up, and now they get what they want. And if we, right here, you get a wide open three for Tari Eason. If we rewind it again to transition right here, we're going to see Zeke Naji running the court. So here you get a transition, scramble. You get matched up, and Zeke, pause right here. Zeke is looking around trying to figure out who he's supposed to guard. And those 2 seconds of him just looking around are just enough time for Tari Eason to get out. And of course, there he goes, and he gets the wide open three. Tari Eason, not a great three-point shooter, but Zeke not getting matched up in transition is what allows this three-point run. So all right, here we go. Going the other direction. Now Colin a little bit more aware of not getting sped up. Still disrupting the rhythm of the offense here and what Denver's trying to do. But you have this, the team clearly wanted to play through Aaron Gordon. You got MPJ and Aaron Gordon out on the court, and they clearly want to go to him and sort of ISO, and it works. Nope, we're good here. Let's, hey, we don't need to see this one again. Next play, coming down on defense. One of the things that is big here is that they were putting Michael Porter Jr. in pick and roll. So you see they run that rub action, and then they're just being patient here. Let's see if he can guard pick and roll. Let's rewind it here. Michael Porter makes a great recovery, but if we rewind it right here, you're going to see, all right, the rub action, he tries to ISO. And now watch, pause, because you're going to see when they reset here, Michael Porter gets up and gets in position to trail because he's expecting a ball screen. But when Jeff Green doesn't set the screen, it just makes Michael Porter out of position. So here you're going to see it. Watch Michael Porter. Okay, pick and roll. I got to get in position to chase. Well, then he gets run by. Thankfully, Christian Braun rotated over. Michael Porter makes a great recovery, so it's actually a good defensive possession, but still shows that the emphasis is on MPJ making reads. I hate that Aaron Gordon shoots a fadeaway over Aaron Holiday here. Michael Porter makes a great play, though, to get on the offensive glass. Aaron Gordon needed, and he kind of saved his energy all game for this fourth quarter. He needed to be a bully on the inside. All right, another action, rub action, get Michael Porter on, and now we're going back to ball screen. So clearly they have a plan of attack here. Just an unlucky, this is actually good defense. Unlucky bounce, goes off of the backboard, and Jeff Green makes a play. But again, 2 plays in a row, now they're attacking Michael Porter. This is the good one from Aaron Gordon. All right, you got the mismatch, just go hard at the rim, and then you get the easy putback here, draw some contact. This is what Aaron Gordon needed to do all fourth quarter. Next play, where are they going with this? Now they're getting Zeke Naji, trying to attack him off of pick and roll. Get good rotation, good contain, some good defensive sequences here. Force him into rotation. But you allow the open three. Rewind it a little bit here. Let's take a look at this again to about right here. So you got, pause it, you got 8 seconds left on the clock. You've played great containment. You have 5 guys on the inside of the arc here, and Michael Porter, all he has to do now is in help side rotate over, knowing that if there is a kick out, there's no time for anything else. It's the easiest closeout, just sell out. But watch Porter here. As you attack, Porter's a little bit on his heels, thinks the play's over, and just a slow recovery, and you get another 3 from Tari Eason. So these are adding up now. Next possession, here we go. Very good movement from Michael Porter to get over. You get good dribble penetration. Zeke Naji hits the glass and he gets a bucket. So in the early go here, the offense is actually getting good looks. Aaron Gordon settled for 1 fadeaway, but outside of that, they're getting really good things. Once again, where are they going to attack? Michael Porter. Get him on Fred VanVleet, make him guard in isolation. Fred's working his feet, attacking him, gets right by, and Zeke Naji, rewind it here 5 seconds. Zeke Naji in the corner just needs to be way more dialed in here. Man, that was a... Go back a little bit more here, Kale. All right, here we go. Watch Zeke Naji now as this play's happening. Pause it right here. Right here, you're the low man. You've got Jayshawn Tate. He's in the dunker spot. This read is actually easy. You need to be thinking to yourself, 9 on the clock, we're late in the shot clock. Got a guy in isolation. You've got to be prepared to rotate over quickly. Watch how slow Zeke Naji is on this rotation. Checks out. Comes, and he jumps, and he's so far away from being able to contest. You got to be dialed in. Porter's got to do a better job in contest. Zeke's got to do a better job in rotation. So we got to bring Jokic back in. Let's see what we get. What I don't like about this one here is you don't get a very good... Let's rewind it a little bit here, Kale. Let's rewind it to here. Now you're going to see Reggie Jackson's going to go and set that back screen, that like rip action, but Christian Braun doesn't wait for it, in part because I don't know if he's just getting impatient. Go ahead and play it. And you're going to see he cuts early. And now look how good Aaron Holiday is being so tight to him. So pause it. You're late in shot clock, 9 seconds. Jeff has reached in, and the best option, this is the Houston Rockets dictating what happens by being physical, by Christian Braun cutting too early. Now you're dictating that Zeke Naji is the right play, quote unquote, right play for Yoke, and he throws it to him in the corner. Zeke Naji takes his 5th three-pointer of the game. And as you see, he obviously misses this one. And it's not the play like in the fourth quarter, you're behind. This is the Houston Rockets dictating what Denver gets. Zeke Naji switch again. They're very deliberate in who they're attacking. Zeke Naji and Michael Porter. Fred VanVleet just makes the easy play. I mean, it's a tough shot, but it's the shot he wanted. They dictated what happened on this one. Again, getting physical. Denver having a hard time getting into their sets. KCP in that moment gets a pull-up mid-ranger. Again, Houston Rockets kind of dictating what happened. So here they roll again. Back, Zeke Naji is supposed to be, if we actually freeze it and go back a little bit, double high screen, an action they went to a lot. Play and then pause for me in a second here. All right, pause it. Double high screen. The reason they're doing this is now there's the communication needed between Denver. Is Zeke Naji needs to step up into the screen, over the screen and step up on ball. He doesn't do that. Both he and Reggie kind of go backwards, and you're going to see the wide open shot that Fred VanVleet gets. Both of them play off. Jokic has to step out, and now you're in a compromised rebound position. And just by a lucky bounce, Denver's able to secure it. 3-on-2. Great play by Jeff Green in transition because there was a wide open shot. Denver desperately needed transition. Rockets' #1 transition defense. Now freeze it. Rewind here a little bit. All right, so you get the ball in the post, and who do you have? A mismatch. You got Fred VanVleet, and here's where Zeke Naji has to be smart because his guy is clearly the helper. Oh man, it's so hard to see who I'm supposed to be circling here. There we go. Clearly the helper. So with Zeke Naji, he's kind of hiding in the pocket, and he needs to find the open gaps here about where, man, that's so hard here. I'm drawing on an actual green screen. Zeke Naji has to find the gaps along the baseline of where the pocket's going to be open. Play for about 2 seconds here. His man goes full court, right? Pause it. So now you have a situation where Zeke Naji is looking to be the screen guy, which is not a bad option most of the time when you're weak side. Jokic throws the skip pass. But if he slips around that one and just makes himself available, it's actually going to be more, let me see if I can get this. It's actually going to be more valuable because the defender's going to have to follow him over there. He can get in front of him, and now you have an even more. You don't need the screen. Instead, he stays behind. This is just learning to make the right read. He stays behind, and as a result, Jokic goes to make the pass, and they're able to recover. You get to the corner. He actually trips, so you get a little bit lucky, and Christian Braun doesn't miss it. But Zeke Naji can flash on those plays and make himself available, and you're going to compromise the defense even better. But again, Zeke not always best at reading the court, and this is a lineup that hasn't really played together a whole lot. Next possession, Zeke Naji and pick and roll, same thing. Fred VanVleet knows exactly what he's doing, gets to the rim. Zeke actually makes a play here, and Denver picks up a foul. But again, Houston knew what their game plan was. Every possession is the exact same. Go at Zeke, go at Michael Porter. All right, let's see what we get here on this one. A little bit of a scramble, the wedge action to get Jokic in the post. And this time, nobody helps. Denver does a good job out of a timeout. But Jokic settles, trying to draw a foul. I hate that he tried to draw a foul in that moment when Denver needed that. You're putting it in the officials' hands rather than in your own hands. Here, Denver's playing soft on it, and you're going to get Şengün shooting the one-legger. After the game, the Houston Rockets said that they knew Denver was going to play off of Şengün, so they knew that was a shot to expect. And here you go, Aaron Gordon. Mismatch with Aaron Holiday, and he does a good job of getting to the rim and getting to the foul line. Aaron Gordon in the fourth quarter finally got more aggressive. They needed more in that in quarters 1, 2, and 3. All right, who do we have? Going to try to get rip DHO action, and now you get Michael Porter on ball. They're attacking him every single time in the pick and roll, and now Michael Porter is on Fred VanVleet. Good job of trying to dig. Denver actually does a good job in recovery on this one. Out of bounds. This is the same play. Denver just gets into an out of bounds situation. There's hardly any time on the clock. Reggie has to force a three. So Denver on offense kind of punts their possession earlier, and now you're back in transition. Who has the ball? Michael Porter back in pick and roll. And notice Michael Porter here trying. He actually goes under the screen on this one. Passes a little bit wild, but this time Şengün's able to make that little pass here. But I want to contrast what Porter did on that one to one Jeff Green does, I think, a little bit later. You see Jokic, knowing he screwed up last time, he's like, all right, here we go. I know what I'm supposed to do. Attack better in transition. Don't settle for the outside. And he gets a wide open shot for MPJ. He just doesn't knock it down. Transition, same thing. They know. They're not doing anything silly. Oh, I hate this one again. Another Michael Porter slow closeout. Rewind it here just a couple seconds. That's too much. All right, right here. You're going to see again, the shot's going to be Michael Porter in the corner. He's the one guarding the corner. He's the low man on this pick and roll. And now the effort on that one is just so light. I know it's Jeff Green, but when you're down and compromised this much, you have to get a full sellout to see what happens. And he kind of just takes it easy. All right, here we go. A little horns action here. Pin down, double pin down. Man, the defense for the Houston just so locked in under the screen. Reggie actually does a great job on this play of getting to the rim. So Reggie makes something out of nothing. I don't like how passive Jokic was in that particular one, but Reggie made something of it. All right, Michael Porter in pick and roll. And once again, he gets a foul. Rewind it here a little bit. Now, this is a ticky-tack foul. I actually think Mike gets screwed a little bit here. But you're going to see Michael Porter is anticipating the screen. So once again, he's anticipating that he's going to have to chase. And that's why he allows almost a straight line. Go ahead and play it, Kale. You're going to see here, he thinks there's going to be someone showing, and he gets behind, and then he ends up getting the little tic-tac foul. So another time, every time they're making the exact same read on offense to attack Michael Porter. Yoke gets a little bit more aggressive, finally says, I'll go to the rim. Do that every time, man. He couldn't guard you. Denver spaced the floor very well on that play. Michael Porter in the pick and roll again. Up, gets around, and now Denver's in rotation, and it's lead. You can't. Michael Porter giving up the corner. Michael Malone not very happy. Same thing. Jeff Green is the one who said Michael Porter's the guy to attack. Now, Porter uses his length, but you see, if you rewind a little bit, you see Michael Porter's trying not to get beat. Now that he's gotten beat around the corner 2 times in a row, look how far in a drop he is trying to play here. Deep in a drop on Jalen Green and then contest. Actually a good adjustment for him. And he gets the long 2 and he gets the defensive stop. And then he makes a great play here. I love that Michael Porter's doing a better job this year of using those fakes when coming off. He should be able to get so many points per game off of that exact option. Michael Porter's second highest release point of any player in the NBA, only behind Wembanyama on a jump shots. Kind of a fun little detail from Second Spectrum. All right, see Michael Porter in the pick and roll once again. Flip the screen and look at the pocket that's opened up. Let's go back. Denver gets an open. Houston gets a wide open Jeff Green. But again, Jokic, pause it for a second. Jokic guarding Şengün. They're using Şengün in the corner. Jokic in full help over here. Play it for a second here, Kale. Now freeze it right here. You're going to see the pick and roll defense is so nuanced, and Porter not exactly experienced doing it, but I think more and more teams are going to learn from this and want to put him there. Porter is now below the touch on Jeff Green, which means when Fred VanVleet comes around the corner, he's going to jump out. And this happens because Porter's worried about getting beat. He keeps getting beat off the dribble. So Porter is sagging off a little bit. Play it for a second here. Now he steps up, and look at the pocket of space he's allowed. That's an easy pass for Fred VanVleet to make. This is what, as a defender, this is what the low man, which is what, or the screen defender, which is what Michael Porter is. This is where he has to be up more and not allow that easy pocket. Play for 1 second, because now pause. Now you are in a complete compromise situation. Look at Jokic, look at Aaron Gordon. Both of them are selling out. You're leaving wide open players in the corners, either to dive, as Şengün appears to be doing, or just happen to get to the paint. So go ahead and play it. That's a compromise position to be in. You can't allow for that pocket pass to be made that easily. Here you get Jokic just taking a 3 because now it's desperation time and Denver doesn't get it. A little too late on this. And then where are we going? Same thing. Get out of here, Dylan Brooks. We're going and putting Michael Porter in pick and roll. This is like the 11th pick and roll, I believe. And you can see Fred VanVleet knew, and he missed this one, but Fred VanVleet knew that Michael Porter was dropping in the last one. So he says, okay, I'm just going to stop and pop. And Fred VanVleet can make the shot. It's very comfortable when Denver gets a little bit lucky. That would be considered a open three-pointer. They're given nothing in transition. Great hesitation. Very Jamal Murray-esque from Reggie Jackson. Great hesitation, and they get something out of it. But they get a stop, and they get a point going the other way. All right, same thing. Clear the point. Go at Michael Porter. Now they're going to flip it. So you see they do the regular screen. Now they're going to put a double screen on. Yoke's going to have to step up, and now Porter's in the trigger spot here. Jeff Green takes another three, and he drains this one. Was Jeff Green a little hot? Yes, absolutely. But did Houston know exactly where their shots were coming from? Yes, because they knew they wanted to attack Michael Porter. And then Jokic, out of frustration, just spins and dribbles the ball out of bounds. Rough fourth quarter for Jokic as well. Michael Porter up again, double high screen, single high, put him in the pick and roll. Kick to the open shooter. They get a stop again, but it's just a miss, and then Denver draws a foul. But every play, I mean, how many plays did we just watch there through the fourth quarter? And every single one, minus about 2 or 3 of them, were Zeke Naji or Michael Porter. It's a very clear strategy that Houston had. They had that strategy because Jeff Green said, hey, I've been with that team for 2 years. Here's the weak point. And although I think Michael Porter did a pretty decent job, it's one of those things where I think Denver is going to have to prepare for him to be a guy that they use, that teams look at and say, okay, we're going to attack him. Not on 1 5-ball screens, but on whatever guy he's guarding, use him as a screener and try to disguise the action. Slip screens, double high screens, flip the screens, do those different things. And I think it's going to be a big part of Michael Porter's development throughout the course of the year to see how much practice he gets at that and how much he improves at that between now and the end of the season. That does it for the list today, guys. Hope you enjoyed. We'll see you next time.